that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.kbob899.com, or tuning in to any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, January 29th, 2025, and we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them you can dial in at 918-856-3073 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, economic resources, the key steps on how to find them, and making sure your business thrives, with our very special guest, Mr. Isaiah Coleman of CDFI Friendly Tulsa.
Yep, I can't wait. Executive orders has been signed ending DEI programs. But does it really matter? Well, we will provide you with some of the facts that you definitely want to know before you make your decisions.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are the Trump administration freezes billions of dollars in federal grants. Find out what Tulsa mayor's response is. And Oklahoma Superintendent Ryan Walters receives a grade from fellow Oklahomans. Find out what that grade is. And State Senator Regina Goodwin has an encounter with TPD. Find out the latest. Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back, y'all.
Episode of News You Can Use is brought to you by Couples and Cocktails. February 14th in Oklahoma City, starring Keith Washington, special guest pianist Ben Tankard, Michael Fields Jr., Sarah Nicole, Jermaine Mundane, and more. Hosted by comedian Shucky Ducky. If you want tickets, go to couplesandcocktails.com. You can take your friends and family, especially the wife. All you got to do is call 877-851-0289 or go to couplesandcocktails.com and get your tickets. Oh, yes, it's bingo night. Bingo. And the money right. Bingo. It's bingo night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Every first and third Thursday, starting February 4th, it's bingo night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo night. Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo night every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes fitting back in EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and NYCU.FM. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development, with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, what's up?
Hey, I'm still in the Stuff Master comp mode.
Oh, you still in sinus jail?
Man, I'm over it.
You need to find a way to let JB make your bail.
You know, that part. Man, y'all ain't got some kind of something that can help a sister out.
Sinus jail, JB gonna get you bail. I got a little ring to it right there. But anyway.
Am I the only one that's not stopped up?
Man, well, see, last week it was both of y'all weren't stopped up.
Yeah.
Y'all is a little stuffy now. So, it's coming.
Listen, I talked to my baby mama yesterday. And
Man?
she's sick. My daughter's sick. My daughter's husband's sick. Her grandma's sick. The baby's got COVID.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. It is really going around.
Yeah, stuff is going
So
around.
you guys be careful out there. Whatever it is you're doing right now, make sure you're sanitizing.
Yeah.
Washing them hands.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you feel scared, wear a mask.
You know, my mama told me that the whooping cough is back.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's anything to be scared about. It's just normal.
I ain't scared of none of it.
It's winter time. There's one day it's 60 degrees, one day it's 32.
That's what it
13.
is.
Man,
that's
what
it is. My allergies and sinuses can't take all that. Just be consistent.
Crazy.
And if you out and about today, like yesterday was a beautiful day.
Man, it was like amazing.
60-something.
60.
I had my tank top on. I was outside doing push-ups. Somebody told me get back in the house. You know what I'm talking about? But
and today I got on a turtleneck.
You look outside and it's all rainy looking, but you know it might be looking like that outside.
It's still 57 degrees today.
Exactly, but it doesn't feel like it.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it don't.
No matter how it turns out, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, we alive, so we good.
It's hump day, and we gonna get over the hump. So that's what the goal is. Y'all get in here because it might be looking like that outside, but it's sunny.
Yeah.
Hey Charles, I got a new segment for us, man.
What's up?
It's called "What Are the Dallas Cowboys Doing Right Now?"
Oh God, they eating bonbons.
Play that song, sipping on.
The Dallas Cowboys have made some positive moves, including hiring Matt Eberus as defensive coordinator and Brian Schottenheimer as offensive coordinator.
You're supposed to be playing in the background, like I said. Sipping on sip, sir. Sip, sip. I'm hoping I listen. Don't know what that means. Just play that in the back.
Right.
You can't even say how about them Cowboys. How about? Hold on.
How about them vacationers? You know, I'm really excited. I got a chance to catch up with some football this weekend. Kansas City did not disappoint, and neither did Philly.
I know. Man, Philly
Michael Brewer, you know, Michael is on here already.
I had to give it up for Mike.
Yeah.
He was the first one on.
He kept trying to tell y'all from the beginning of football season.
He said it. He called
He said, my Eagles, look, here we go. What are the Eagles doing right now is what he says.
Man, the Eagles are being real. And it's crazy because, you know, when you had the Eagles playing Washington, and then the offensive coordinator that used to be Dallas offensive coordinator is the person down in Philly.
Yeah.
And then the defensive coordinator is not a head coach at Washington, and we sitting at home on the dock of the bay wasting time. Me and JB playing dominoes. Because our coaches are now in the NFC Championship. And look, and we had both of them.
Right.
And they both gone.
Yeah.
But nevertheless.
Great job, Kansas City. Great job, Philly.
Yes.
I can't wait to see who wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Philly to win it because they're tired of seeing Kansas City win it. But if Kansas City wins it, they're the first team ever to go three-peat in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm looking for history to be made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love historical events.
Kansas City
if Kansas City wins, then, but I like Jalen Hurts.
I do
too.
too.
Know, and I mean, so I can't. I just want to see a good game, man.
Is there an underdog in this situation?
No.
I would say no.
It's gonna be.
Who's having a Super Bowl party? I just want to come to the party. Who having a Super Bowl party? I want to eat.
Who got the barbecue, the chopped beef?
Yeah, that's some,
wings,
nachos.
The rotel.
Come on, and
you got to imagine too, it's gonna be in New Orleans.
Oh my God, we got.
I didn't even say New Orleans. I'm trying to say it like them.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Bobby, fire up the road meister.
Yeah, we need to get that RV on the road right now. So
right.
So congratulations to all them. If your team didn't make it, mental health services are available through Skills on Wheels. You know what I mean? There's a couple other places, Family and Children Services. They got places that can talk to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyway,
Yes,
we got a loaded show. I'm glad we're having a little bit of fun because we're going to dig into some real stuff today.
We do have a loaded show, but before we start with the loaded show, we have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
We have a special guest that's going to be in the building. He's going to ride with us for the whole show. Yeah, he like our new cousin.
Guess what day it is?
Yeah. It's our new cousin. So we have special guest Mr. Isaiah Coleman in the building. He is the director of CDIF Friendly of Tulsa. We're going to tell you what that is later on in the show, but we're going to get to the first part of the show right now.
Yeah, but what you want to always remember is all y'all people that kept asking me for money and asking Damali for money, we feel like we're bringing you somebody so y'all can ask him because the way my savings is set up with my checking,
right.
I ain't got no money to be giving away. But
I think the coolest part about that is his skin tone is the same as ours.
There you go.
Yes, a melanated brother.
I like to see a brother in power, in position.
Yes, how you doing, Isaiah?
I'm great. How y'all doing? What up, everybody? I'm happy to be here. See everybody. It's all love. Y'all can ask me. I know people that got the money.
Right.
It's going to take a minute to get it to you.
Yeah.
But you can come
But
and
you
ask
got-
me.
yeah,
I ain't
you
gonna
gonna
shut
start
you down.
working out.
It's all good.
Put things in motion. Isaiah, tell the people a little bit about where you're from.
Yes, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Brooklyn,
Yes.
New York.
Everybody back home.
Yeah.
So I graduated high school when I was 16, and my parents voluntold me to come to Tulsa.
Uh-oh.
They was like,
Child
I was
prodigy.
like, hold on, what?
Yes,
This
yes.
seemed like a punishment. You do
Right.
all the right stuff, get shipped off
Yeah, go to Oklahoma.
600,000 miles.
Yeah.
Like, I tell this every time when I first got here, I thought the plane was crashing because we was landing. I
way.
ain't see no buildings. And I was like, oh no, we going
you from New
down.
York.
And nobody said nothing. We
Right.
hit the ground. He said, welcome to Tulsa. I looked out, I saw a cow. I called my parents immediately. Where did y'all send me?
Right.
What is really
What is
going
going
on?
It's crazy,
That
but
makes
I
sense.
love it.
Yes,
now.
yeah,
I
now.
couldn't sleep for 6 months, but now it's my second home.
Yeah.
Like, there's no noise out here. So
Yeah.
I was used to dogs. I was like, I need a car horn, a dog to bark.
Right.
Somebody need to make some kind
Somebody
of
do
noise
something.
so I can go to sleep. But
Hilarious.
I love it now. It's
Yeah.
my second home. I'm here for the community, here for the growth, and all the great things that we're trying to put together.
How old were you when you came?
16, by myself.
16
One
by
man,
yourself,
one
Tulsa,
suitcase,
Oklahoma.
by himself.
Oh,
It was
wow.
crazy.
That's a grown man move.
And you've
right
been
there,
here
though.
ever since?
I went home for a little bit
Okay.
after I graduated. After one point, I took a break, but then I came back out. My wife is from a small town in Louisiana, so she wasn't coming to New York. So I was like, I'll come back out here and we can
Right.
meet halfway.
Where's she from?
Yeah.
She from Monroe.
Monroe?
Bastrop area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Up
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damali, that's something right there, man. 16
know,
years
right?
old, leaving New York City. You've been to
can
New York.
imagine.
I've been
I
to New
have,
York, and you
yeah.
coming. I can see him thinking the plane was going to crash. He
Exactly. Like, where am
I know he
I?
probably
This is
screamed
the
a little
Twilight
bit.
Zone.
Damali
Yeah.
felt like, oh,
I went down like a G. I was like, Jesus.
just prayed. Because
Okay.
when you land at the, what you call it, John F. Kennedy? Is
Yeah.
that what it
Yeah,
is?
JFK.
That's a whole different kind of landing.
Whole different-
Listen.
You coming across the water, you seeing all them buildings. It's the largest city in
Yes.
the country.
Man.
It's different.
That's
I was
different
like,
than-
listen, I had to adjust, but
Yeah.
I was like, this
You in here now.
seems
You
a
made
little
it.
weird, but I'm good.
Yeah,
They
you're
was
good
saying
now.
hi to me. It was a whole
I
different
know,
thing,
because in New York, people ain't
why you
talking. They just like move.
I
Like,
thought
yeah, why you
everybody
talking?
was on some suspect things. Like, hello,
Cold
See,
blood.
good
people
morning
that-
to you too.
Right.
Because what happens, like, when you go to New York, you see people that look like people,
Right.
but don't nobody speak to nobody.
No, they
It
just
takes
on
a
the
minute.
Move. And
So
you
for
better
us,
get on the move too.
you leave Oklahoma and then you go to New York, you're on the subway, you see somebody look like your grandma, your uncle,
Yeah.
your cousin, like,
Like,
hey,
hey.
good morning. They say,
Right.
that's the retarded guy.
right. It's
They
like,
just done
why
got
is
on
he
wire.
talking?
Look, they trying to grab something,
Right.
shank you, all kind of stuff.
Right.
But hey,
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
We slow down. We cool.
Yeah.
On that
Slow.
move, you
Yeah.
just get out the way.
Yeah, just
Get out the
move.
way
We
right
got
now. It's
stuff
trying to
to
get
go to.
somewhere.
That's funny. That's
All
funny.
right, let's get
All
to
right.
it.
Black History Trivia is up next. We ready? Here we go. Black History Trivia. In February 1892, who successfully tested the figure 8 roller coaster in Coney Island? Was it A, Granville T. Woods? Was it B, George Crumb? Was it C, Frederick McKinley Jones? Or was it D, George Washington Carver?
Read that one more time. Read that
Listen.
right there. Just, and slowly.
Here we go. Okay. In February 1892, who successfully tested the figure 8 roller coaster in Coney Island? Was it A, Granville T. Woods, B, George Crumb, C. Frederick McKinley Jones, or D. George Washington Carver.
You know what, Isaiah?
No Googling. Do not
Isaiah,
cheat.
you don't worry about that. It's your time to represent New York, man.
I'm all for this,
Go
but
ahead
I
and-
first gotta say, I watch this show every week, and I wonder what special ancestry, Black history book y'all get these questions from.
Right.
I ain't never heard these questions before in my
Well,
life.
because most of the time I make them up, but we'll
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's
it's true. They're
smart.
true. They're true. The answers are true, but I make up the questions because I don't want y'all to be able to guess them.
I'm gonna go A because I know it wasn't George Washington
Bill.
Carver.
You gonna
I
go
ain't
A?
really never hear none of the rest of them people before.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with what sound familiar and go with that.
Okay.
JD
Okay.
Smooth, what you got, man?
Isaiah.
I'm still thinking.
Man, I wanted the sound effects had me thinking like George Washington Carver put me in that place, but something tells me to go with my gut,
And
and
what's
I'm
your
gonna go with the guess choice A. I'm gonna go with A. Granville Woods.
JB.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the live
Okay.
to some of my people real quick. So
Patricia
maybe.
said B. Uncle
She
Brian said A.
Oh, I ain't know we could phone a friend. Hold on.
I didn't, that's just on the line. You see, you had other cousins.
I love it.
Quick shout out to Miss Ernestine Broom. That's our mom. Appreciate you tuning in. She is royalty to us. Miss Chantel Taylor.
Hey, Chantel,
Welcome
what's
to the
up,
show.
sis?
Brandon, the fitness guru.
Oh, Ish.
Isham
What's
is
happening?
in the building. Patricia, she said, hey, y'all.
Michael Brewer said C.
Man, you know he flying with them Eagles, boy.
Yeah.
You need to know everything, Michael. Uncle Brian, there is a massive TB outbreak in Kansas.
What?
Tuberculosis thing.
What?
It's all kind of stuff
Oh,
going
my
on. y'all.
Shouldn't be
God.
anything breaking down in Kansas as icy and cold as it's been up there.
Man.
I know.
Ain't that it?
I know. Welcome to the
Isham
show.
says A.
Tracy Manning Gibb over there.
Hey,
Gibb
sis,
Shopping
where you
Center.
been?
Yeah, where you been? Patricia Griffin and Jonathan Thompson are watching. What's going on, fam? That's way back in the town,
hey,
y'all.
hey.
Uncle Chess.
Hey,
Down
Uncle
there in
Jess,
Hot Springs,
how are you?
Arkansas. Welcome to the show. And I got
Adrian said
Adrian,
C.
he is up in here. We got some answers. Mine loading slow.
If you would like the answers to the questions, make sure you tune into the show a little bit later. This segment is brought to you by Trouble in Mind by Alice Childress. Theater North presents Trouble in Mind February 15th and 16th at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. Also, February 22nd and 23rd. For more information, visit tulsapac.com or call 918-596-7111.
Just like that. I'm going with Bo Pete. See, y'all don't even know who that is
Who's
on the
Bo
line.
Peep?
Don't even
That
worry
sound
about
like
it. Bo Pete said C. No, don't. You better watch yourself. If anybody named Bo Pete can fight. You always got to
Bo
wonder.
Peep.
When somebody
You better
say
watch
Bo
it.
Pete is coming,
Right.
people
Yeah.
start grabbing their stuff. They be getting ready to go. So I'm going with C. We gonna see Damali. Man, you got us thinking today.
Man.
I want to Google myself.
Okay. All right. Okay, so up next, we're going to talk a little bit about fear and facts.
Man, there's a lot of that going on right now.
I think that for me, this administration, it just seems like it's just a fear factor. I'm just got to be honest. I mean, everything's, oh my God, what is he going to do? How's he going to do it? Is he going to kick everybody out? What's he going to do with the military? I mean, it's just craziness. Wow.
It sounds about like that. That's
Yeah,
about how
It's
people
that scary.
mindset.
That-
And
yeah,
here's the
that's it.
thing too, Damali, just like psychologically, you really can't you can't take in that much information
Exactly.
like that. It just make your brain go offline
Yeah.
if you know how to process. So y'all be careful. Sometimes you may have to just turn off the TV for a minute.
Man.
Because you
Take a
really
step back.
cannot.
Yes.
Our bodies are not designed for a bunch of foolishness,
Right.
Which just seems like this is what it is. a
I
bunch
tell you
of
the
foolishness.
most hilarious cut of all out of everything that's going on. Starbucks is cutting back 30% of their menu.
Yeah.
Really? Well, why?
Do you drink Starbucks?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not.
Most
I'm not a
expensive
big-
coffee in the world.
I don't. I'm not a coffee
They're
connoisseur.
cutting 30% of their menu.
Well, I'm sure it won't be the coffee.
Yeah. So,
Sure,
Damali,
that
so
won't be it.
let me ask you. So, how have you been faring lately? Are you more on the fear side, facts, or you kind of somewhere in the middle?
I am more on the God is my shepherd. So at the end of the day, I'm not worried about all this old crazy stuff, because God is in control and He only gonna let you go so far.
Right.
So you can
Definitely.
talk all you want and do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, He's in control. That's my belief. That's what I'm standing on. So at the end of the day, I ain't worried about it.
I think, Isaiah, what you think, man?
I was gonna say 100% with Damali. God is in control. I'm also with the facts though. Like
Yeah.
you're not about to shake me up with a bunch of nonsense.
That part.
I'm also just not a person who's really scary like that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go be like, what are we talking about? This don't even make sense.
Yeah, let me
and
do my
so
research.
and I think people miss out. Like it's intentional. The administration, the people, they want you to be in fear,
Right.
and they want you to take that step back because all kind of things going on in the background. And this is where we get left out on things, and we don't get access to resources, the different changes, because we focus on something that they put in front of us to shake us up and kind of get us off track. So you got to know the facts so you don't have to fear, basically.
And you know what? That's what we talked about. So for those of us who follow us, we do a show on Sundays called Soul of Sunday with Corey D. And that was one of the things that we talked about is the distractions. That, there's a lot of things that are distracting us that are being punted out there right now.
Yeah.
And it's keeping us from thinking about what's really going on, because we're all over here looking at all this other stuff that's smoke and mirrors, but we're not paying attention. And so the next thing you know, everybody's 401ks are gone and all this, all of this stuff financially that's happening in the world, it's already took place and you wasn't even paying attention because you looking at this other stuff over here that didn't have nothing to do with nothing.
And some of the things are possibilities. Just know, here's the ticket. You have somebody that made promises to a lot of people. So what you got to do is act like you're doing it. So now let me stack up 1,500 executive, or I'm signing everything. Y'all, that don't go from sign to implementation.
Yeah. Right.
It's a progress. Anything that's signed got to go to Congress. And Congress, can you imagine how they sitting there looking at them? They doing this.
What?
We cannot do that.
Create more work
Birthrights.
What?
Look, the Constitution. We're gonna take your birthrights.
Yeah,
and people are running, trying to change they baby print on their baby's feet and all
I know,
that.
right? And it's like, what?
Yeah, they got your feet. Give me your baby feet.
Yeah,
Let me scrub your
yeah.
DNA
This
off.
is my baby, yeah.
It don't go
Silly.
that fast. We do have a Constitution, but here's the ticket. It's just so weird to have a president that's challenging the Constitution.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It should be upholding.
Yeah.
Instead of challenging.
Yeah. And then my issue would be when it's just like the change of power. When it was time for you to be the person because you didn't get in, look how you reacted to it.
Right.
But then when we did it the right way, you know what I mean? This time, you might not be in agreement.
Right.
But look how it was a smooth transition of power.
Right.
So I still, and that's what and that's my goal, is to hopefully our country can get back to, we can just get back together.
Yeah.
Regardless, you can vote for whoever you want. I don't have no
and
problem
do
with
what you
that.
want. Yeah.
But let's still come back together as Americans to make things happen. So let's get down to some of the reasons why people are dealing with fear versus facts, but we want people to be able to calm down a little bit.
So one of the things that has been a big deal is this DEI.
My God, that's been it. That's been a big thing.
People have been talking about this, and they're like, we're snatching and we're rolling back all of the programs that have anything to do with DEI. Nobody is going to be able to.
What is DEI?
Yeah, we'll start there.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Which means?
Which basically means, we want to make programs that are inclusive of everyone.
Everybody gets a fair shake.
Everybody's supposed to get a fair shake. Now, there are people that say by having these programs and it creates more, a bigger divide, and more racism, because there are folks who believe that, hey, we shouldn't, make a difference in people at all. We shouldn't give people preferences because of this diversity, equity, and inclusion. So then you have that argument going back and forth.
Right.
But I think that the biggest thing with that is that, like we're talking about the DEI as well as the affirmative action, and the programs. And I think that the misnomer is that those things are for Black people or people of color.
Or beneficial.
Or
because
more
you got to
beneficial,
remember,
right.
a lot of this diversity, equity, inclusion, it really kicked in when that George Floyd situation happened.
Right.
And you know what? I'm still kind of annoyed by that because they was like, this place giving $100 million and they giving $200 million and they giving $300 million. I'm like, where did that money land? Cause,
Exactly. Yeah.
It's been 4-5 years. Isaiah,
Listen,
did
that
you ever
money-
think about where did that money go?
It ain't go to nobody I know.
I don't know
And
nobody.
No community I know that has been impacted by this stuff hasn't received a lion's share of that money. So how I look at it, the division piece of it is where they want to focus and impact. But like you said, most of it doesn't go to just Black people or how they make it look. It's
Right.
actually just trying to get people equal opportunity, equity, and fair shots and things. And I think the importance of that is the problems we face are DEI. They are
Right.
diverse. They hit everybody,
Right.
and they include all people. So if you don't got a house, Black, white, brown, yellow, that affects you. Price on
Right.
groceries,
Right.
that affects you. So having diverse people at the table just gives you diverse people to solve problems.
Right.
So we have different opinions, different thought processes. It's not, some people don't even do DEI right.
Right.
Exactly.
And we out here saying
so that's the thought.
And that's the problem. Like, We can't stop DEI. Well, we also need to do DEI correctly.
Exactly.
And actually make it a place and an opportunity, a platform where everybody gets equal opportunity or equity and things that they can actually push forward for the betterment of all people.
I love our special guest.
I know, right?
You represent New York, man. We glad you
Exactly.
stayed here, man.
So there is a study out. It's called the McKinsey study.
Oh, let's get to it.
McKinsey study, right? It is a 63-page document.
And we finna read all of them.
No, we ain't.
No, I'm just playing. We ain't gonna-
No,
I'm
we
logging off. Y'all,
Listen,
No, we're
AI
not.
gonna read it
hey, if
for
you
me.
want to do something, look,
Tell me what this said again.
y'all click share. 'Cause we get this
Yeah.
and y'all share this with people.
Yeah.
So hopefully this show can help people, one, laugh a little bit, calm down
Yeah.
a little bit, and
Yeah.
keep their mental health. So let's
Exactly.
go with the study.
So the McKinsey study, and I encourage you guys. This is a time when you can go Google, okay? But basically, in the McKinsey study, they did a study of the DEI programs, and what they found is this, and a lot of us won't be surprised, right? What they found is that white women hold nearly 19% of all C-suite positions. C-suites are corporate positions like CEO, COO, CFOs,
Anything with a C on it with the big money.
right, with the big money.
So hold on, because I got to process it my own way.
Okay.
So all this DEI, we losing as black people. If people are thinking that, what you're saying, the number one recipient or the benefactor of the DEI is white women.
19%.
So let's just say that.
Of all C-suite positions are held by white women, right? While racial and ethnic minority women, so that's like everybody else of color, we only hold 4%.
And the reason why we say that, because that's what I call smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Say, Isaiah. So everybody's up in them. They rolling it back. They trying to look. It hasn't been working anyway. It's
not benefiting
Most
us.
of the programs that are out here do not benefit us. So you can almost just keep doing what you was doing.
Listen, that's really what it is. Like, think about back in 2020 and George Floyd, all
Go
this
back.
stuff happened. We want equity and equality. We gonna take Ancient Mama off the pancakes and we gonna make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody asked for that.
Yeah, it's
Ancient
like,
Mama was fine on
Care-
them pancakes.
Exactly.
I would
Now
be
I
happy
can't even
with
find my pancakes
Pearl
because I don't
Milk.
even know
I don't
Pearl
even know
Milk.
who Pearl is.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, just stop. But that's the type of distractions. Like,
Right.
we don't solve problems. We pacify them. So we put things, we distract people. We don't actually go the way to, hey, this will actually make this system, this economy, this society better, because we feed off the division. We don't actually come together and bring unity into these situations to actually solve problems.
And when you look at the situation, you start first with the person that benefited the most was the white women. Then after that, you got like the Asians. Then you got like the Indians. Then you got like the LGBTQ. Then you just got like.
So I'll give you the order.
Just get an order.
Because you're absolutely
And let's get down
correct.
to who last on the list
Right.
so we can.
So, we've established that, white women have benefited disproportionately from corporate DEI efforts. Then the minority efforts, so it falls in line like this. The ones after that would be Latino and Hispanics.
Okay, so there's the white women and the Latinos.
Asians
The
next.
Asians.
Native Americans.
Right,
Then disabled individuals.
right,
Then veterans.
right,
And then last on the veterans, then the LGBTQ
right.
community, and then last on the list is African Americans.
JB, what you think about that, man?
Man, I'll tell you what, we've been dealing with it for so long before this became a hot topic that I think we are kind of been in gladiator mode anyway, prepared for these type of situations. So hopefully it doesn't, affect us too much. That the whole DEI thing was made to make everyone feel equal and, balance the playing field when it comes to workforce environments. I think everybody's got the same 24 hours in a day.
Uh-oh.
So
come
you
on.
got to go and just be great and try to execute with no matter what it is. Just know that there's no room. It doesn't leave a lot of room for error. I guess you say that, and for the average American citizen who's not paying attention. I think you guys should really start paying attention to this stuff because it's important, especially at times like this.
And what I'll do is I'll maybe get like the top 5. So far, here's a list of the companies reinforcing their commitment to the DEI. So these are the ones saying we still going with it, even though we understand now what it really means. So keep that in mind. But Apple, which, that's my phone.
Hey.
Costco's,
Yes.
Bank of America.
I like it.
Yeah, Delta, JP Morgan Chase, Home Depot, Marriott, Goldman Sachs,
like it.
Southwest Airlines, United Airlines, Catholic Health Summit. So those are the ones that are saying we sticking to it. But we got to keep in mind what the statistics showed.
Yeah.
So
Not
if they
benefiting.
sticking with it, let's make it be something that really benefit. Because really, even though they sticking with it, what is the benefit, Isaiah?
It has to benefit everybody. It has to be actual equality, actual equity. Because if it's not benefiting everybody, then the program is doing what people are saying that it's doing. It's bringing divisiveness. It's leaving people out. Like, I know this might shock some people. All white people ain't bad.
Absolutely.
Right.
All black people. Like,
Right.
everybody is on this earth doing life, and everybody has flaws, issues. Everybody's not perfect.
Right.
We just need to come together and see our uniqueness and see that as a value, and then take your uniqueness, put it together, solve a problem, make things better for the overall or the collective. We're not doing that as a society. Like, Republicans aren't bad. Democrats aren't bad. We just got a lot of nonsense pushing the division, pushing the issues. Everybody has a unique perspective and viewpoint that works to solving problems. I'm a person, let's just figure it out. I don't care how we get it. I don't care about the credit. Let's figure it out. Let's come together, make this place better.
I'm with Isaiah on that.
But it's
love it.
almost like,
And-
it's almost like these situations are created so that we can be in a frenzy, so that we can, continue to fight each other for nothing. Like, we're wasting time.
Yeah.
And so in the meantime, the rich are getting richer,
Yep.
the poor are getting poorer, and it's like the ones at the bottom of the spectrum are the ones who suffer the most.
And I just want to add this. Now I got to go to the people that said they're going to try to stick to it. But I think even in doing that, it needs to be some accountability in that, Isaiah.
Yes.
We got to
Yeah,
say that.
absolutely.
We last on the list.
Absolutely.
Because most people, when you think DEI, what you think? You
That's
thinking black folks.
Yeah.
Because that's the stigma. They
Because that's the
want you to-
stigma because it was George Floyd.
Because if we make it about this one particular group of people, we can argue that it's not actually helping everybody that's supposed to be helping.
Right.
But that's because it's not.
Can I add that what Charles said, the list that you heard him, the names you heard him list off are companies that you see that always have been like this, not just because it was policy.
Didn't have nothing to do with that. Yeah.
You know, the way they handle people, the way they deal with their customers, the diversity that's in their everyday operations. Whether you go to the airport, Southwest, definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People like
You can
them,
tell.
you can tell.
You know when you pull up. Let me add this too, because we got to go to the ones that are like doubling down on the DI. It already wasn't much, but
Yeah.
we still got to do that. And I know some of y'all favorite spots. So we got Target. We got Amazon. Y'all got to catch like 10 people because everybody on Amazon getting packaged. So you got to listen to what it is. So they
Probably got
doubling
some packages
down,
on my porch right
meaning
now.
they willing to denounce. Do you even have to do all that? I am not for it. Is that not overkill? But anyway, so Target, Amazon, Boeing,
You mean
Caterpillar.
Target?
Target,
Target.
Ford, Harley Davidson for all of you riders, John Deere tractors, Lowe's. Double down. Lowe's. So Home Depot, like we still got y'all. Lowe's is like get low.
Yeah.
Meta, Facebook.
What?
Time to
Live
go.
on Facebook
Well,
right
I'm not
now.
surprised, though.
All
I'm
right.
not surprised.
Look, Ronald McDonald.
Don't say McDonald's. Not the
Double
fries.
down.
Not the fries.
On Get Up Out of Here. Nissan,
Oh, wow.
Toyota, and Wally World.
Man.
Walmart.
That's the big mega giants
Yeah.
that have
is
made
this-
a killing.
So is this about money, Isaiah? Is it really about that? What is this thing really about?
At the end of the day, it's really about money.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
want things affecting their bottom line. At the end of the day,
Period.
they devalue our dollars sometimes in favor of the overall overarching, hey, we want everyone, we don't want to feel. So it's not like they're intentionally trying to exclude and say we're not going to help people, give them equal opportunity.
Right.
It's really like, well, the president said we want to do this. We don't want to be affected by any negative lawsuit, any of that.
Press,
We just
yeah.
want to keep the money we got coming in. We still want you to come here and spend your money here.
Right.
But we just trying to follow what they're saying. But that's where we get opportunities to shop at our community organization,
Exactly.
community shop.
Right.
Because everybody, we have to spread it around. You can try to not shop at anything. It's going to be really hard because everything is a part of everything, basically.
Right.
So you want to just diversify where your money's going. Sometimes you're going to have to go to Target. I'm not going to condemn you if you got to go to Target and you black, because Target the only place that sell the thing you got to get.
Man.
But also, you could go visit one of your community local shops, marketplaces, spend some money there too. And it's about creating equity, opportunity, and quality in everything we're doing. That's anything outside of that, I just think is noise.
Okay, Damali, so JB is playing the music, so we got to switch gears. So kind of what is your final response to this DEI stuff? How are you going to maneuver personally? Like, what is Damali going to do?
Well, so like I said in the beginning, when we opened up and started talking about this segment, I think that first of all, you need to become educated about what is actually
100%.
going on. Don't listen to all this rhetoric. When stuff
Like
comes on
that.
the news, don't hide your wife, hide your kids. Stuff happens. And a lot of the things that happen on a federal level, you got to think there's a whole lot of trickle down until it gets down to the local level. So that's why it's very important. That's why we talk about on this show, it is very important for you to vote in your local elections, because those are the things that govern your everyday lives. Some of this federal stuff, it has a bearing, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to affect you as much as the local stuff.
But you said, hide your kids, hide your wife. What about when it's the Latinos that they're dealing with right now with the immigration enforcement, the Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, not just Mexicans. See, everyone thinks it's like when you start talking about immigration, it's about Mexicans and Latinos, but it's about anyone that's not born naturally in the United States. They don't want you to be here.
Well, but I think that there are steps. So this is my thought on that. If you are going to be in a place, just like if I was decided that I wanted to go and take up residency in Africa, then you need to do whatever it takes for you to be legalized in that country, because anything could break out at any time.
No, I'm talking about children who have been born in America.
Right.
No, now children, that's a whole different thing, because if it says in our Constitution that if you're
Now
born,
you're
that
getting
makes
into the birthright
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's wrong and scary, but that's still
Absolutely.
a problem. Now, what I don't like about that component is they are just kind of grabbing people.
Yeah.
And they kind of like they do us. You guilty. You're not innocent to proving guilty. With us, we guilty. We can say that.
Right.
And I think that, and that's the thing that's so fair about us. We don't want this happening to anybody.
Right.
That's what I love about us. We don't want anything like this happening to nobody. But for you, Damali, back to the question. So how does Damali personally adjust?
And that's what I'm saying.
Adjustment?
So my personal adjustment is, first of all, educating myself and not, getting caught up in the hype.
Right.
And knowing what these laws mean and how they're going to affect me long term, and how they're going to affect my family long term. And then making the adjustments that I need to make based on what I've personally researched.
I like that.
Then that's, and then talking to people, because, there are people in your circle who have information, but it's just that we're not asking the right question.
Right. I'm going to go to the live, then I'm coming to you, Isaiah, to say, what is Isaiah, the New Yorker, personally going to do? The live says Teresa Elliott is on the show. Welcome.
Hey, older sister.
Coach Melody out of St. Louis.
Hey, Coach Melody.
/ California. She said, can you post those companies? Charles Lamont, yes, I can. Dr. Mario Choice from Texas.
Hey, Mario.
Fort Worth, he's in the building. Uncle Brian said Costco pays much better than Sam's Club ever did, and they do have a diverse workforce.
No.
Thanks for that,
Thank you,
Uncle
Uncle.
Brian. And then Teresa said money is the root of everything.
And Costco's pies is like twice the size of the pies.
Pies?
Yo, serious. This is real.
Oh,
This is
wow.
real.
The pies, they be like huge.
Well, see, in my family, my mother makes pies.
Well,
so
I'm just saying, for everybody who
don't
can't
go
cook
buy-
pies, where you gonna go to Costco's or the other boys?
All right,
gonna go to my mom.
back to the live just for a second, because I
Call
want the
my mama,
family
she'll make y'all some
to
pies.
feel like I didn't have them in. Mr. Energizer,
Hey,
that was
hey,
here,
AJ.
is live in the building. He was live on the show last week. He's our Arkansas ambassador. Uncle Brian also said Native Americans are being stopped and made to verify their citizenship as well.
Oh, wow.
So, and you talking about a person in office 1 week, Isaiah. So what personal adjustments, with all this, know what's going on, are
Yeah.
you making?
I don't know what it's saying for everybody. I follow Jesus Christ, so I live by the Bible anyway. So I was told that I'm in this world, but I'm not of it.
This world.
Come
Come
on.
on.
So I understand I need to understand the system, how to use it, how to operate it, but I'm going to go by what this tells me to do. Treat everybody equal, do best by everyone. So as I live life, if I have to go to Target, I don't even like going to Target like that anyway, because my wife go to Target every other day.
Oh,
I love you. I know you watching, but you
right
still
quick.
go to every Target every other day before this. I don't know what'll happen after this. But I support all businesses, black, brown. I'm a person who supports the community. I'm trying to grow and help the community get to goals and see things. So as I walk that out, I'm going to treat everybody right. I'm going to do everything right. The system can do what it wants to do. As long as I can do what I'm told to do in my system, I'm not going to
I love that. What I'm told to do in my system, pull out the Bible, baby.
Yeah, and I'll say, for me, okay, since I know Costco's is like cool with it and Walmart is not, then I'll probably lean to Costco.
Exactly.
I'm just being honest, because that's just what my mentality would be. If I was finna go to McDonald's, but Wendy's still cool, I'd go to Wendy's. So I feel like what they do, I'll let JB switch the camera because I'm not in New Yorker. My voice ain't really right. But my thought is, if people are intentionally doing things that are against us like that, like you willing to come out and post it and say it and saying it with your chest,
right.
Then if I see that, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna slide over here. Right. But I'm not gonna be telling other people what to do, because I can't do that. But I love having a platform and a radio show. So when she say let's post it, I love being able to post it, because that's somebody saying let me look at that, because they may do the same thing. And I think we have to be intentional about being able to provide the things we need for ourselves, because everybody's doing it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. When I go, I celebrate Cinco de Mayo, go kick and eat tortilla, do all that. I go to, I don't have no problem with other people's culture and
I don't either.
So I'm going to support everybody.
Exactly.
So all the division and stuff, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on us being able to be together. So I'll say that's my biggest thing. And like you said, at the end of the day, it's the Lord, man. That's where my peace of mind come from.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like zero on all of this stuff. Man, all the noise, I'm just watching. All that noise, I'm just watching.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know we got to take a real quick break. When we come back, I'm excited about you entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? When you figure out what you want to do, you got to figure out how to get your money, to put your vision together, to just walk this thing out, because maybe this is all designed for you maybe to go ahead and do that thing you've been wanting to do all your life.
Opportunity.
For you to finally just get off the couch and make that move.
Yeah.
We're going to let Isaiah get busy in this next segment. KBOB 89.9 FM. We're on development news. You can use Charles and Damali. We going to be back. Show me the money. Show me the money.
36th Street North Event Center and 75 North presents Jay Friday and Friends Live, the Love in the Air Show, with special guests Joe Dyer, Tiffany Bennett, Kevin Reynolds, Kobe Jordan, Demetrius Proctor, the 75 North Band, and more. Friday, February 14th, bringing the city out for a night of love. So fellas, grab your significant other and meet us at the 36th Street North Event Center. VIP reserved tables include catered food, complimentary drinks, and Valentine's treats for her. Available for couples or groups up to 8. And on sale right now at J Friday and Friends V-Day.eventbrite.com. You can also get your general admission ticket at Starship Muse, the 36th Street North Event Center, Fashion Fever, and online at Ticketstorm.com. So don't miss it. Jay Friday and Friends Live, and it's gonna get real intimate. Valentine's night, February 14th. See you there.
Hey, what's up, Big Shirley? Hey, Aunt Ethel. What's up, Uncle Willie? I'm headed to bingo night. That's right. Bingo night at the 36th Street North Event Center. It's going down, baby. It's going down in a major way. Every Tuesday, the first and third Tuesdays, you know where you can find me at. I'm going to be at the 36th Street North Event Center, Big Shirley. And Aunt Ethel's going to be there, too. And the tax is cheap, and the money's big. I'm talking big, big. The win is big. Hey, it's smoke-free. I ain't got to worry about all that smoke. They got concessions, and they got food available. So meet me at bingo night. Bingo night, the first and third Tuesdays, 36th Street North Event Center. And I think they're going to have NYCU.FM there, too. You know, it's going to be good, girl. I see you there. Bingo night. Bingo! Bingo!
Theater North presents Trouble in Mind, the hit stage play by Alice Children and directed by Frank Gallagher, on a set where black actors rehearse under a white director and racial politics collide during a major Broadway production. Trouble in Mind illuminates the inner life of the true struggle of being a black actress. Critics say it's surprisingly funny, yet a deeply piercing look at the entertainment industry. Trouble in Mind features a star-studded cast you don't want to miss. Friday and Saturday, February 15th and 16th, and February 22nd and 23rd at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. For tickets, visit TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111.
KBOB, 89.9 FM World One Development News. You can use Charles and Damali, and we are back. I'm going to go to the live for a couple seconds. Megan, welcome to the show. That's our family. You talking about doing business.
Man.
Megan does it big. Chuck Jones.
Hey, Chuck,
over there at
what's
Tulsa
happening?
Tech. If y'all edge is off and your beard is all out of line, y'all go over there to see Chuck, man. He going to get y'all hooked up. He said, let's go. Monroe is my birthplace. Monroe.
Okay.
Monroe, Louisiana, in the building,
Yeah.
represent. Give him a big horn one time.
So we back here. Now, the beauty of this show, Isaiah, is DJ JB Smooth, Damali, and myself are all, I would say, serial entrepreneurs.
Right.
So we definitely out here trying to make things happen. So you know we excited to have you on the show.
Right.
There's a lot of people on, my brother, local, national, and international, and they trying to figure out, man, how do I just get in position to do what I need to do so I can make my company be successful? So tell the people a little bit about, one, what does CDFI even stand for?
Right.
And it kind of more specifically as to what you do.
Yes, definitely. So CDFI is a community development financial institution. So it's basically operates just like a bank where they lend money for small business, nonprofits, affordable housing developments, developers who are building. And it operates just like a bank, but they are mission aligned more so than bottom line. So they care about the communities that they work in. So they care about the impact that you can bring in your projects and the things you do, and not just if you're going to pay me my money back. You do need to pay them their money back
Right.
so
That
they
part,
can give
yeah.
more money out. But it's
Hold
still,
on, you said they care about. Go back and say that again.
you still got to pay them the money back. But that's
They
not all
care.
they care about. They care about your projects. They care about your community and actually impacting people. They all have different criteria. Some focus on education. Some focus on food insecurity, housing, small business specific. So I love what I do because I live by the law of exposure. Like once somebody's exposed to something, they can't be unexposed.
Right.
And then I heard on the video when y'all went to Atlanta that I'm stealing, just so y'all know. That exposure
He was watching.
elevates expectations.
Yes.
And once you get that, it takes you to another place. So what I love that I get to do is expose people to an industry that 99% of us probably have never heard of. The CDFI industry is a $450 billion,
Oh my God.
billion
Oh
with
my
the B,
God.
Yeah, that's
JB
why
fell out.
dollar industry that focuses on our communities that have been disinvested in, communities that have been underserved over time, but they intentionally want to bring resources and capital and money, frankly, money into these communities to
Right.
develop them and bring them to another level. But most of us have never heard of it.
So
They-
what are some of the myths about CDFIs that people like if I'm a small business owner, why would I not go for the money because because of these preconceived notions?
It is. So it's definitely preconceived notions and mindsets that play a large part
Right.
in why our communities don't go to banks for loans and lending. One, the mindset of they're not going to do right by us. And we know that in the past, our communities have experienced financial trauma and those things where we feel like, hey, we have a reason not to trust these institutions. But this entire industry was made up to be the alternative to that, to actually create spaces for people to thrive and grow and collect and just continue to push forward what they're trying to do and build. Mindset wise, another thing is we get used to generosity. Like there's so many grants and all these things. We seen 2 days ago, all that could stop just like that.
Right.
Even though that's not really what happened, we understand like the full dimensions of like
Right.
it's not as overarching as they said, but grants can stop just like that.
Yeah.
These loans can stop just like that come from the government. So having alternatives and options is the thing that we have to do as a community, and we get taught save your money, use your money, try to get somebody else to give you money. But if anybody who knows business knows almost every small business, every business that we see grow into a mega business, they take on loans or capital from loans or credit or some form. There's a difference between bad credit and good credit. We only know about bad credit.
Right.
Like, that's what gets taught to us most of the time.
Right.
Get credit card, do this, do that. There's a whole nother layer and level that we never actually learn about or have access to. And I stole this from, I'm stay stealing people's slogans and stuff. I was at an event with Mayor Nichols this morning, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but I'm the guy who stands between the community and ignorance. I just want to share information to get us to, hey, this is possible, and you can definitely do this. You just need to know about it. So the CDFI industry as a whole it's 30, 40 years old.
Right.
60, like, it's been around, so it's proven, it's tried and true. Most of us never heard of it. Tulsa only has one. We would be considered a CDFI desert. There's 1,500 around the country.
Oh, wow.
We only have TEDC, and they do great work, and they focus on their criteria as a small business. They can't help everybody because it's only them. So my whole job, CDFI Friendly Tulsa, is a part of a national network under CDFI Friendly America, where they go around different states and they're bringing the awareness to CDFIs to communities and giving them a way to get access and exposing them to access, resources, and opportunities. That's my number one thing. And so what we did here, we focused ours around affordable housing. And then as we saw, the need is greater than just housing. So now we are connecting with CDFIs for small businesses. We're connecting with CDFIs for nonprofits and just trying to get as much capital into the system, into the community as we possibly can. And I love it because today's actually my 1 year anniversary on this job.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. So for 9 months, we got $5 million in loans approved for people here in Tulsa.
Okay.
Right.
I developed a pipeline of over $100 million in deals here in Tulsa that most people wouldn't think is out here.
Right.
And then the people who need doesn't know that there's something out here that wants to actually contribute to you getting to your next step in the impact that you're trying to put on. So filling that gap and getting people aware of the different opportunities, because everybody isn't going to get a loan. Everybody shouldn't get a loan. Right. But you need to be aware of the opportunities. Some people, you can get a grant. You should get a grant. Some people could get venture capital money. Some people need to get loans. Some people can go on bootstrap. You got to have options.
Different levels.
If you have options, it gets you to a different place for what you want to do with your business. Like, I have a great story of, I met somebody in the Uber. He had an idea for a business. We met, talked about it, connected him to a CDFI. He got approved for $12,000. Off of Uber
I was just
ride.
going to ask you that. Is there a threshold on what you need as far as when it comes to this CDFI and what they look at and what they would be more common to approve? Like, is there an amount? Is it what I'm saying? Is it small? Mom and pop businesses, are they too small?
I'm glad you asked that question. It's a CDFI almost for everything. So the lowest loan that I've seen that has come my way so far is like $5,000. The biggest loan request that has come my way has been $24 million.
And
that's a big
ride range. Yeah.
So that means there's a spot for everybody. You just need to know what spot you're at, so I can plug you into the right place. And if you don't know, I can help you or connect you with somebody that can help you, so we can get you to the next step. Because I can't get everybody $24 million.
Right.
You just may not be on that level, and that's okay. But I can get you that 5, that 10, that 12 to get you to that next step. And then as we continue to build and grow it, from mom and pop to, hey, we out here actually moving and shaking. I need more things going on. We can continue to build a pipeline for you to continue to have a fresh access to capital, which is something we never actually know about.
Right.
We only know about grants because people tell us, hey, there's grants out there. We don't know how to fill them out. We don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
that's
a whole
true.
different thing. But with our organization, we're a nonprofit. We're not charging anybody currently or in the future. I don't know what that looks like in the future.
Right.
But because we might just start getting $20 million deals all the time. We want to use that money to impact the community and benefit too. So, but we're a nonprofit. We don't charge people. We actually want to help you get your opportunity off the ground. ground, get you to that next step.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question. So I heard you say that you guys started off in housing.
Yes, so our main focus is to develop affordable housing here in Tulsa.
Okay.
And so we are Tulsa specific, but like I said, there's 1,500 CDFIs around the nation. There's a CDFI almost in every state.
Right.
And so if you have national projects, we have some CDFI friendlies in those states that can help you. But you can reach out to the CDFI, just Google CDFI where near me, and you can kind of connect. So ours was focused on Tulsa has a housing shortage.
Right.
We need housing. CFIs
Right.
focus on housing, focus on funding for housing. So we put a concerted effort. We announced before the year ended a really big partnership with the Housing Partnership Network
Right.
that will help us kind of dig into the housing shortage and get affordable houses built. But also we realize you can't just put up housing because if you don't take care of the overarching needs, like
Right.
the businesses around
Right.
it, the community needs to be a place where people actually want to live. And if you're actually impacting and focusing on a community, you want to have the people in the community thriving and moving and growing as well. So we started to branch out to where we're helping people with small business. We're helping nonprofits. Like we're getting a little bit, that $5 million that's got approved was a little bit of everything. It wasn't all housing. It wasn't all business. It wasn't all nonprofits. So we're just really playing the middleman. If anybody in the community knows me, most people know me as the connect. Like I'm the guy that's just gonna connect you to somebody, to something that can help you. And that's really what I get to do all day. Hey, you got an idea? Let me connect you with this person.
Let me
Let's
ask you
build
this.
it out.
What do you like to do in your spare time? You like coffee?
Y'all gotta get
That sounds like a suck up.
Like,
Suck it up.
Yeah, let me go ahead and sweeten the dish. Let me tell y'all this too, and that's the beauty and that's what I love about KBOB. That's why radio is important. That's
Yeah.
why
Right.
news you can use is important because I just met Isaiah. I'm
Literally,
when-
like, come with
Yeah.
What and I'm gonna tell you what I did
Like,
because
where
we
you been?
are for a community. Give me your card. Here's my card. We've been probably communicating every other day. So I got with Isaiah and we went by to everything we do at World One Development. We went through the event center. Then we ate a little bit of chicken and
Yeah,
peach
we
cobbler.
did.
Then we went up
man, that cobbler
over.
was good.
The cobbler was good. I don't
wasn't
want to
it?
get us off. Don't get off. Come on, y'all wait.
Stay
Y'all start
with
seeing
us.
this peach cobbler because I'm on some right now. We went over to Edgewood Youth and Family Fun Center. That's a not-for-profit.
Yep.
We detailed that. We went to fitting back in. We went over to Oasis to talk. I mean, we did that. And the next thing I said, we need to get this to the community.
Yep.
So I said, Isaiah, can you come on the show? He said, you know what? I'll be there when you want me to be there because I kind of like radio anyway. I think I kind of look good on the air. You know, and he's here. And here's the ticket. Now, this is how real Isaiah is. He texted me and said, hey, the housing thing is coming. You need to show up and let the people show up. Isaiah's a heavy hitter, Damali, because we went. We get it. We look up at the stage. Whether it's Habitat for Humanity, if it's the mayor, it's the council people, all these big people, and everybody's giving kudos to Isaiah.
Yeah.
I really think he's cloned. I ain't gonna start that because they think Jamie Foxx still
Right,
cloned.
yeah.
But I don't know how he has. So he has to have a heart, Damali, because from the top level all the way down to I can't say who the people, but family members that he can help out.
Yeah.
Isaiah finds a way to get it done. So let's go a little bit more specific, Isaiah. Can we do that? Because sometimes stuff still stay so high level that people be like, man, I hear about it, but I still. So can we give some examples of kind of what you do, what you need? If you're going to call me, at least have taxes, this. If you got a
That
small
was my next
business,
question,
say if you're a small business and you need $25,000 or $50,000 or $100,000.
Yes.
What do they need to come to you with where you can say, man, we can make this work?
So I love the question. So the way it breaks down, every CDFI is different. So they each have different criteria.
Okay.
I'll start with the lowest barrier to the highest that I'll have. So I have one that I work with out of Arkansas, actually. They're called Communities Unlimited. They're actually a character lender. And what a character lender means, they don't even look at your credit score.
What?
They look at your credit report to see the stories. Say, oh, you was doing good. Your credit was good. You got sick. You was in the hospital for 6 months.
Man.
Things dip off. Oh, we understand that happened. And then you got out of the hospital. Things got good again. Oh, let's work on this. We can make a deal happen. So they will need taxes. They want to know how long you've been in business. You have a business plan. What are your thoughts? Like, what do you need the funds for? How you going to pay them back? They ready to have a conversation. Now, like I said, the guy, that's who I sent the guy in the Uber to. I met him in the Uber. Was like, hey, the lender. I was like, hey, Deborah, I got a plan.
Yeah.
You want to meet with somebody? She was like, yeah. Met. He got approved in like a couple weeks. $12,000 from a conversation in the Uber.
Yeah.
So that wasn't even my formal process. Like my formal process is, I have a website. You can go click and put in like what your project is, what you need, and then we'll have a meeting where I can kind of understand where you at, see what you need, let you know. They're gonna want to know how many years of taxes you got if you've been in business for multiple years. If you're a newer business, they understand you're not gonna have all the taxes. But then there's a cap to the amount you can get if you don't have tax returns and those types of things. But I walk you through that through the consultation process. I am really precision based. I'm like a sniper, not a shotgun artist.
Right.
So I'm not just, hey, come meet with me and let me throw you out there. I'm gonna really see what you need, and then find the person or the CDFI that I know that connects with best, so we can limit the time. So if I know you have this, they need this, I'll either help you or connect you with somebody to get the little stuff in between, and I'll get you right over. For higher deals, bigger deals, they definitely tax returns.
Right.
You gotta have the business plan. You gotta know how you're gonna pay them back. Like, cause I have one CFI, she's a friend of mine now, cause she's just cool, and she was like, "I'll get in with you. Just let me know how I'm getting out."
Now, is the how you gonna pay them back? What makes them comfortable? Because a lot of people gonna say, "Oh man, I'm just gonna pay you back," because you know what I mean. I always pay people back. That's not good enough.
Yeah, no.
But what is saying? Okay, I'm trying to go with another example. Say I'm a fitness guy. I'm a fitness guru. I do my taxes and all that, but I kind of do fitness stuff through somebody else, through Damali's fitness company.
Yeah.
But now I want to branch out to my own.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing it for so many years, and now I want to be able to branch out to get my own building and my own staff and do that. Is it? And maybe I'm making $50,000 a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that gonna still hurt me in terms of trying to get? Say if I need a building that's $300,000 or $400,000. Is it, man, you only been making $50,000? We can't do that. Or is it a way to work with me with the 50 to get me on up to where I can still step up to my desired end?
So definitely. So that's where I come in a lot, where I make sure we get realistic expectations.
Right.
Because you making $50,000, you probably shouldn't get a $400,000 bill
JB
right
put
off
the camera
back.
on you 'cause
Right.
Like right off the back, you shouldn't get 50. You may not be able to handle that.
Right.
Again, my Bible say it's better not to gain the whole world and lose your soul and all the things. Like, so I'm not gonna give you something that I know is gonna crush you, because I want you to succeed. So I'm not gonna get you in a $400,000. That may make me look good, but at once I'm out the picture and you failing as a business, that's not helping me.
Right.
So you should not gain the world and lose your soul. So what I do is say, hey, we need to get you your own space. I don't think we should buy your space yet. We can look and find a way where you can rent this space and get this rent put into the loan you need. So if your rent for the year is $12K, we'll just add $12K to the loan request, and then we can break it down. This is what you needed. This is intended use of funds. And then this is how we'll gain memberships so you can pay this back. And then the one out of Arkansas that I was just talking about, they actually have a stair-step loan. So they'll give you the, hey, this is the first part of the idea. Let's try it. Let's prove it. See if it works. You pay it back. Oh, let's go to this next step. We give you some more money.
Yeah.
And they go all the way up to $250,000. We get you that building at that point.
Yeah, that's why
you showed
they say
that track record.
CDIF friendly. That sounds friendly. What he's saying, and with us, I can say we in motion now.
Yeah.
You know, but now, because there's a lot of people. Let's go to the live, Damali, because there's a lot of stuff, and we have to let Isaiah get that out first. Because when a teacher is teaching, you got to let them teach for a little bit. So let's go to the live.
Okay, so Arthur Johnson, AJ, says this is so important because the current orange guy has frozen the current federal government budgeted dollars on a whole. And he also says this affects a lot of people, those dollars help. I see the importance of having as well and creating a business of different resources that the people in the community need. Teresa says, glad you're sharing information most people want to charge you, and they know it's a need.
Let me ask you, is there a charge to meet with you?
He said no.
So the consultation, but we're going to call it that?
Yeah, the consultation is free. My work being put in is free. Like, we are nonprofit, so I'm literally doing what I'm supposed to do every time I meet with somebody to give them this information for free. Like, I'm not going to charge you, like, the Bible. That's the greatest information we got. No one's charging you to get that. Right. So why would I do that?
Right.
Gotcha.
If I can help, I'm going to help. If I need to take time and spend money, like, that's different. That's
is
a different conversation.
Right.
But that's how you adjust. If I'm just trying to give you information, I'm trying to help you get to where you're going, I don't need to charge you for that.
All right, I just want to say, there's a lot of people on the live. Y'all make sure y'all click share because I noticed a lot of information need to get. I think Miss Kirby shared the show, and Miss Maybelle Wallace is on with
Hey,
Theater
Miss
North.
Maybelle.
Welcome to the show. So let me ask you, are you only in Oklahoma, Tulsa? Can you go to Muskogee, Okmulgee, OKC, Arkansas? What's your reach?
So my reach is Tulsa specific because of our board of directors. That's our focus. Now, how I operate, though, I share the information. So if you have a deal and you in Muskogee, I'll just connect you with a CDFI and say, hey, this is a deal that I heard about. I want to just put you in contact because that helps me by helping you.
Right.
But it also helps me by helping the CDFI bring in additional business. I'm not doing all of the legwork and all of the work that I normally would do if the thing is here in Tulsa.
Right.
But I'm still making the connections and we're building our relationship up. That's just good business to me. And so CDFI friendly, there's one in Fort Worth. There are 3 in Indianapolis. There's some that are going to pop up around. Like I said, it's starting to grow and take root everywhere else. But like I said earlier, you can just Google CDFI.
Okay.
And you can see what CDFIs are where you are. So if you're in Arkansas, California, wherever you at, there's a CDFI, and they operate the same way. They want to help you get where you're going to impact the community.
So they got to get connected.
So what I would say to everybody that is watching this show, first of all, share the show because most of us know, we all got like
get the camera. We gonna get that.
We all have side hustles. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
and
we
so
the master
masters
of
of
the
side
side
hustles.
hustle.
And so and a lot of times the biggest problem that we face is finding capital for those side hustles because really those side hustles can become a real, like our permanent bread and butter, but we don't have the funding to do that. So make sure that you're sharing this information. Don't just take it and keep it for yourselves because Isaiah can see more than one person, okay?
Yeah, listen, I want to put that out there. They not running out of money.
Oh,
that $450 billion is still there.
Right.
Because we get this mindset that I got to keep what I got for me, my crumb, my people. Is money out there for everybody.
Right.
And JB put the camera. I'm going to become the cameraman.
It's literally opportunity for everybody. So there is no we're going to run out. I want to help as many people as I can here in Tulsa as we continue to build and grow.
Right.
Like, it's important for me to just give on what I've been blessed with, to just be in these rooms and be in these things to know, hey, I think you should come out here. It's some information that'll help you, I think, and get you to that next place.
Let me tell you something, Damali, it's just that he said they've been doing this for 36 years.
Years.
36 years.
Yeah.
Damali, how long have you been hearing about CDFIs?
Probably really recently, since I started doing World 1 development stuff, when I learned about TEDC.
Yeah, so we might be 6-7 years in,
Right.
So that's why we want to bring you on the show, man. And we thank you so much for coming in, being so transparent.
Right.
So now let's just do this. You already keep saying go to CDFTulsa.com. Just one more time.
Okay.
If you're trying to get connected with you,
yes,
specifically, if you in Tulsa, this is where you go.
If you in Tulsa, I can help you directly, and you can go to cdfifriendlytulsa.org. You can also call me on my work number, 918-212-0836. I'll say it again, 918-212-0836. You can send me text messages. I'll get back to you if I don't answer directly.
What's the number again?
918.
Look, JB,
I'm going to call you right now.
Hello.
Don't call him while we on the phone, on the line.
212-0836. And my email is Isaiah, ISAIAH at cdfifriendlytulsa.org. I'm available. I'll be at all the events. I'll be everywhere I can to kind of share this information. Like I said, I'm the guy that stands in the gap to connect people to purpose, resources, opportunity. I'm just trying to help be like Jesus, like I said, follow that system.
Man, talk about some news that you can use to the live real quick. Angela Goodwin, boy, that's my friend from way back in the day. Love you. Thanks for tuning in from Arkansas. Isaiah, great job in that segment. We're going to take a quick break. And the reason why this was so good, we want to talk about this before we go into these billions of dollars that's been frozen with grants. And then I'm there trying to respond to it. There's a lot of other stuff going on. Coming up next, we get into our Hump Day Hot Topics. KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development news you can use. Charles Harper, Damali Wilson, Isaiah. We about to keep him on the show. With DJ JB Smooth. We'll be right back, y'all.
This segment of the show is brought to you by Jay Friday and Friends. Love is in the Air show. Valentine's night at the 36th Street North Event Center. That's Friday, February 14th. Tickets are on sale right now. You can get your very exclusive reserved VIP and ultra VIP tables at J Friday and Friends, vday.eventbrite.com. You can also get general admission tickets at ticketstorm.com. Starship Music, the 36th Street North Event Center, and Fashion Fever in the Gilcrease Hill Shopping Center. Or you can just call J Friday and he'll deliver your tickets personally. 918-853-1062. Don't tell him I gave you the number, but that's the boy's number, all right? He might start singing to you too. Fellas, get out the doghouse for Valentine's Day. Tickets are only $50 for couples, and you definitely don't want to miss this event. He's got a bunch of fresh friends. When we say J Friday and Friends, this will probably be one of the R&B shows of the year to talk about. At the 36th Street North Event Center, you know some of the best R&B shows always happen at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information on that, go to 36th Street
36eventcenter.com.
Center.com. The 36eventcenter.com.
Just like that.
36theventcenter.com.
Right.
All right, we'll be right back, y'all.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night.
Bingo!
And the money right.
Bingo!
It's bingo night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night. Every first and third Thursday, starting February 4th, it's Bingo Night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo Night. Bingo Nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo Nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy Bingo Nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And Bingo Nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo Nights. Every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements. This episode of News You Can Use is brought to you by Couples and Cocktails. February 14th in Oklahoma City, starring Keith Washington, special guest pianist Ben Tankard, Michael Fields Jr., Sarah Nicole, Jermaine Mundane, and more. Hosted by comedian Shucky Ducky. If you want tickets, go to couplesandcocktails.com. You can take your friends and family, especially the wife. All you got to do is call 877-851-0289 or go to couplesandcocktails.com and get your tickets. Theater North presents Trouble in Mind, the hit stage play by Alice Children and directed by Frank Gallagher, on a set where black actors rehearse under a white director and racial politics collide during a major Broadway production. Trouble in Mind illuminates the inner life of the true struggle of being a black actress. Critics say it's surprisingly funny, yet a deeply piercing look at the entertainment industry. Trouble in Mind features a star-studded cast you don't want to miss. Friday and Saturday, February 15th and 16th, and February 22nd and 23rd at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. For tickets, visit TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. 36th Street North Event Center and 75 North presents Jay Friday and Friends Live, the Love in the Air Show, with special guests Joe Dyer, Tiffany Bennett, Kevin Reynolds, Kobe Jordan, Demetrius Proctor, 75 North Band, and more. Friday, February 14th, bringing the city out for a night of love. So fellas, grab your significant other and meet us at the 36th Street North Event Center. VIP reserved tables include catered food, complimentary drinks, and Valentine's treats for her. Available for couples or groups up to 8 and on sale right now at J Friday and Friends V-Day.eventbrite.com. You can also get your general admission ticket at Starship Muse, the 36th Street North Event Center, Fashion Fever, and online at Ticketstorm.com. So don't miss it. J Friday and Friends Live, and it's gonna get real intimate. Valentine's night, February 14th. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump Day!
Hump Day! It's Hump Day! Hey, Mike!
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on News You Can Use.
All right. Damali said during break, JB got his application filled out, y'all, and approved. Just like that. CDL5. Make sure you say tapped in. Damali,
Yes.
Hump Day Hot Topics, what we got going?
Hump Day Hot Topic. So our first hot topic is Trump administration freezes billions of dollars in federal grants. So if you had not heard the news, on Monday, there was a total freeze ordered on all federal financial assistance that could be targeted under his previous executive orders, pausing funding for a wide range of priorities, from domestic infrastructure and energy projects to diversity-related programs and foreign aid. The Office of Management and Budget announced all federal agencies would be forced to suspend payments, with the exception of Social Security and Medicaid. However, in response to that, our Mayor Monroe Nichols, issued a statement saying that we are closely monitoring announcements from the White House regarding the federal funding freeze. Our city's leadership is committed to maintaining transparency and minimizing any future disruptions to ongoing work for the community. While this initial announcement brings with it a lot of uncertainty, there is no known impact on our operations or city employees at this time. We'll be sure to provide updates if and when we have more clarity. So I want to give a huge shout out to our mayor for just making sure that he addressed that right away. But I want to also say this, that right before we came on the air, I saw a message that said they rescinded the order freezing the spending on federal grants because of all the legal challenges and all the confusion and all that stuff that was caused. Then that freeze has been lifted. So basically, but I just wanted to share, because you guys need to be aware of what is actually happening in our country and what's happening in the community, and still go out and do your research to figure out what's really going on. So, those freezes have been lifted now.
Let me ask you this, Damali. Do you think that was just another distraction?
I think it was another distraction. I think it's trying to create this pandemonium, and everybody's going crazy, and oh my God, what are we going to do? How are we going to make it? I think that's what it is. And I think that this administration wants to be perceived as the one that is saving us from some of these things that are happening. Like he saved TikTok. Well, you were the one who said TikTok need to get out of here.
I can tell you right now, TikTok, when it went down, people were going down pretty fast. I think TikTok cut off that
was
works.
a big deal. Yeah.
I was calling people. They were sitting in the dark. I was like, please turn the lights back on. I don't even have a TikTok, so I couldn't even relate. But I'm telling you,
I have a TikTok, but I don't.
It was a complete meltdown.
Yeah.
With people, but you are dealing with some of these content creators that stay livelihood. So you start making people money. They're like, oh my God,
So my daughter actually is. She just started a small business. She is making rugs, and so part of the information that she gets from creating these rugs, she's gotten it from TikTok. And so she's like, Mom, what am I going to do? And I'm like, bro, you're going to figure it out. I'm like, it's there's other information, there's other ways around it. And then like 24 hours later, TikTok was back up. So I'm like, there you go. You're okay.
I would just say, man, I'm just got to use the word that I come up with. I just think it's like unpresidential to just freeze people money like that real quick. That's just my personal opinion, nothing with nobody else. But why would you come in when you know a lot of kids and people that are struggling and dealing with stuff, people trying to pay bills? Why would you create something like that when you could sit down and find a better way to do it other than just cutting people money off like that?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just, creating, it's like the scare tactic, and it's also like I want to be the, to let the nation see I'm the one that's saving you. So because I did this, then this is why.
And I think that can be not being sensitive, because when you're a billionaire, you don't
think about
have
that.
none of the thoughts nor problems nor anguish that everyday people have.
That's right.
And sometimes that's why you got to deal with people, and that's why I love Monroe's response. He knew to get on the horn right then to say, hey, seems like right now we okay, but if something change, I'll let you know. That's better than, it's frozen, and I'm gone, and I don't know what I'm going to do next.
I'm going to play golf.
And I'm going to play golf. You just like, that's just
Yeah.
a rough, that's just a rough way to deal with. So it's glad. So right now you said, officially right now, that it's unfrozen.
That it has been rescinded.
It has been rescinded. So y'all getting your money back now.
Yeah.
So
So
But-
we'll see how that works out.
Isaiah, you want to tap in on that?
I was gonna say I don't think most people money was ever going anywhere. Honestly,
Exactly.
just I again, shocking all. Like there is an intentionality behind what's going on. Everything ain't bad. Everything ain't good. You got to know the facts so you don't be fearful. And if you understand, some of this stuff should be looked over because we be wasting money.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not saying you need to stop sending the benefits to people who really need help. That's not what I'm saying at
Right.
all. But some stuff need to stop. Like we be spending money on dumb stuff.
I mean, when he said
That's
we
wasting
was
money.
paying like $500 million to be a part of the World Health Organization, but China was only paying like $10 million, but the United States paying $500 million, yeah, there's a problem there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times it could be, but we don't really know.
Exactly.
We don't know
don't
what
know.
behind curtain number
Yeah.
one. All we doing is taking what they say.
'Cause we
Because for
hear-
us, 500 million versus this, but we don't really know what was done,
Right.
what was agreed to make that
Right.
happen.
To make that
It's,
happen.
that's why it's important to have facts because then you're not as you can't be made fearful as easy because
Right.
you understand. Oh, well, this not what it really said. I was always gonna be okay. I care that it's gonna affect somebody else in some way, but again, to your point earlier, it's not gonna go from proclamation to law like that.
Right,
Like,
right,
There's
right,
a
right.
process.
There's a process.
So what can be changed, he can change. What he can't, there's a process. Learn that process, learn that information. Don't get so scared.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that, y'all. If you forget everything else we said on the show, you don't go from signing an executive order that is implemented. It's just that he had to satisfy his base that put him in because he's been saying, I'm going to do this and do this and do that. You
Well,
know what I mean?
today the White House, just happening today, the White House actually rescinded the memo
Yeah.
on
Well,
the freeze.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's what we
So-
just said. Yeah.
Switch the camera because I'm finna. But I'm just saying to JB point because I think that's what got because people was getting on social media going crazy. Oh my God, y'all don't know what's going on. They finna send us back to Africa. You going back to China? You going back to Asia? You like. Boy, people can get on, but
Right.
you know,
It's like,
people
what?
listen to that because
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
don't tap into real
Misinformation.
misinformation, and you
travels fast.
Yeah, you out here crashing out.
Jamil said, it's the Antichrist.
I think he's,
Yeah.
he's the expert of starting something, causing the panic,
And
and
then
then
now,
sitting back with his arms crossed like, look at him, be little silly people. That's kind of how you act.
But what you sow, you reap.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I think about a lot of times.
That's right.
So I actually
Know your
sit
word.
and I pray for him every day.
Yeah.
Because I know what you sow, you reap, and you still our president. And I'm wishing you could operate a little different, but you still our president, and you can make some decisions that can really destroy all of us because you are our president. But it's just why do petty stuff?
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Jay Friday, he's on.
Yes.
Roberta, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Demanda, what we got next on the hump top?
Okay, next thing on the hot topics, Ryan Walters. You guys know he is our superintendent, our Oklahoma superintendent of education, and he's been doing some wild stuff lately.
Let me tell you, I knew he had something going on when he said Deborah Gist was driving a school bus, crashed, went in the ditch,
veered
hit
off
a
the road,
tree,
yeah.
and rolled over the bus. Right then when he
I
said
said,
that,
oh, my.
I said, this brother, God,
Right.
how you going to say this about your
he
superintendent?
came in off his own one, didn't he?
He was on one.
Man.
So what he got next for our Hump Day Hot Topic?
Okay, so Ryan Walters, the Oklahoman, which is the newspaper out of Oklahoma City, they recently asked readers to grade the state school superintendent, Ryan Walters, on his performance for 2 years that he's been in office. More than 4,000 readers took part in the online poll conducted January 6th through 10th. So this just happened at the beginning of the month. And today's grading Oklahoman included results from that poll and chronicled some of the legal battles that he's had since he's been in office. They gave him 95% of the people, so 3,825 votes, gave him an F.
Sheesh.
Look,
Isaiah, what is going on, man? Look, Isaiah, when Jace, see, that's what they say in New York. When they say,
Man.
what does now break down what Jace mean?
That means, you should not be doing this.
Right.
By your score, you have to repeat the third grade.
Right, exactly.
Apparently.
Ooh,
That
do
is-
over.
Listen, so if we do all the letters, A, B, C, and D, 3%, which is 105 votes, gave him an A. 1%, which is 14 votes, gave him a B. 1%, which is 13 votes, gave him a C. And then 2% gave him, which is 66 votes, gave him a D.
Trash.
95%.
So I think what Isaiah, he said it best. Repeat the grade. Like,
Yeah.
you need a whole do-over.
So this
need
dude
The people have
has-
spoken. This is
Right.
not us.
It's
This is not
us.
KBOB.
Right.
It's not Isaiah. It's not Damali, Charles,
Right.
and JB Smooth. This is your people. 4,000 people gave you a flat F.
Right.
And that's just sad. Isn't
It
that
is.
sad?
That is very sad. This dude is involved in 19 lawsuits. He's been named in 19 different lawsuits. It's Drummond versus the state virtual board, John Doe versus Walters and the state board. I mean, it's just like Black Emergency Response Team versus Drummond and the board. It's just
It's on and on.
it
Let's
just
go to the
goes
next
on
hot
and
topic.
on. I like this
When you
guy.
said he
Wow.
got an F, we can just we can work from there.
Yes.
To start off, you kicking off the year.
Right.
You ain't been in class long. You already got an F. What's our next hot topic?
Last hot topic is, I don't know how many of you guys saw, Michael said, dang, a F. I don't
Yeah.
know how many of you guys saw the video footage, the body cam footage that just came out of State Senator Regina Goodwin and her encounter with Tulsa Police Department. This is one of an incident where they said she ran 2 stop signs and they pulled her over. The situation escalates to where they've handcuffed her, put her in the back of a police car, and all of that. We read some of the comments, and some of y'all people can be really, really cruel.
Right.
I'll just say that. But I think that the thing that, having been in that situation before, now I ain't never been in handcuffs. Let me just say that. But having been in that situation before, I can only imagine the energy. What I will say is this. I know State Representative or State Senator Regina Goodwin, know her very well. And I would say energy matches energy. I'm an energy person. You come at me cool, we cool. But if you come at me wrong, then we gonna have a problem.
That sounds like don't start none, won't be none.
Exactly.
Pretty much break it down to some simple
Right.
terms.
And I think that, to me, the way that the narrative tried to be twisted, because our mayor showed up on the scene, as well as a city council person showed up at the scene, as well as her attorney showed up at the scene, right? People are just coming to check on you to make sure you cool, and your position entitles you to that, right? And so I think that the way the situation was handled, in my opinion, having been in that space, was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I think that, the only reason why your corporal got called was because you realized, oh my, she's a state senator, because you didn't even know who she was. So I think the situation would have been handled a whole lot differently had you realized and recognized her from the beginning. So maybe TPD, maybe we should get a training on who our elected officials are.
Because you probably shouldn't know who your state senator is. I'll say this, and I'll say this because I think it's fair. To me, it boils down to, who do you believe?
Right.
He said, the officer said, you ran 2 stop signs. The state senator said she did not. Mm-hmm. That's where you got to kick it off. Mm-hmm. And that's where it gets tough. But for me, I've been knowing Regina for like 13 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, me personally, not other people. Mm-hmm. I believe the state senator, because I don't feel like she's just gonna lie and say, because to me, she would just say, "Oh, I did run it, my bad," and let's work it out. Yeah. But I don't think she would stand that bold
and be so
because
adamant.
She definitely was like, "I did not." So that's what it brought. But it makes it tough because what you got. Not an officer, you got the police force right here. And then a senator, and then you white, she black, and it becomes that when I'm hopeful one day it don't have to always come down
to that.
Let it be about just who was right and who was wrong, and you resolve it from there. But it seems like from the comments, and it'd be like Channel 6, Channel 2, Channel 8, and the comments be so racist. And that's what I don't like about it. Why you just can't say, well, she was wrong or
the
this
reason
or
why
that,
those
but
comments
not
are racist
so
is because a lot of people don't have to answer for what they type on those keyboards.
Yeah.
You can't just reach out and touch them. If they had to answer for those consequences, I think those comments would be different.
See, me, I'm not born.
So Uncle Brian said she was stopped by a county sheriff's deputy. Thank you, Uncle Brian, for that correction and
county
clarity.
sheriff
Yeah,
deputy.
I think I said TPD.
In
That's
city
what I
limits
said.
on 2nd and Greenwood.
Right, yeah. So I think I incorrectly spoke and said it was TPD. So thank you, Uncle.
And where I felt like he tried to embellish it is because he didn't know she was a state senator. Like, he didn't know any. I don't even know if he knew if that was the mayor. But nobody was saying, I'm senator, I'm the mayor. Nobody was saying that. So nobody was trying to.
The positions weren't trying to be leveraged.
They weren't trying to leverage the position. And it's like, go ahead, Jim.
Can we say this? Excuse me. So when she was pulled over, she stepped out the car and asked what the problem was, because apparently she felt like she didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
And she did say, once he stopped her, he said, you ran 2 stop signs. And she said, I didn't run any stop signs. So I believe she felt like she didn't run any stop signs because in downtown, like, you can come up to a stop sign and you have to pull up again to be able to see around the corner before you get ran.
Yeah, you really can't run those stops. Yeah,
those streets don't stop.
We on the same page.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe he thought she was running the stop sign. Now, you got to edge up there to make sure the coast is clear, because those are one-way streets. And when people leaving downtown, they leaving downtown.
You ain't running no stop. Well, it's one of those things where it puts you in an awkward position. You know what I mean? Because you got a police officer that represents an entity, and then you got a state senator.
Right.
And then you got to be like, okay, now you got to
Both
pick.
of them are public servants.
Both of them are public. So it makes it.
She didn't use her position in office. She never put that out there. So,
No,
I mean,
she never did.
I think she knew the law. And legally, I don't think, you know.
But I don't like
this is
when.
what I'll say. This is what I'll say. This goes back to when you start talking about, the issues that people have with law enforcement and the culture of law enforcement, right? To me, I just think the whole situation spiraled out of control. Just imagine if she hadn't have been who she was. Right? And what could have happened.
And if
you know what I'm saying?
Showed up, didn't show up.
And
Even though they didn't.
Who showed up
She
hadn't
was
have
very
showed up.
respectful.
I thought so,
She
too.
handled her composure very well. She didn't talk crazy to the guy. She
And I
never
think
got
that-
ignorant.
I think a lot of times what happened is just how you deal with it, and it's a case by case because it's not everybody. So the thing about me, I don't group everybody together,
Right.
but I'm just saying you said it, Damali, it's the energy. And sometimes when people deal with a certain group, they get out, hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, how you doing, ma'am? So right there, the energy is different. But then if you get in, like, I'm in control of this situation.
Yeah.
So now people just like,
And
hey,
it was
you know,
like,
control.
who was fighting over control?
But that's
I just
all.
want to know why you
That's
stopped
all
me.
cops. When they pull you over, they're in charge.
That's not all of them. Don't give you energy like that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I have been stopped before on 169. I'm coming from the gym. I'm ready to get home because I done worked out
Were
and I
you
got to go to a
speeding?
meeting. And I was speeding. Police officer pulled me over. I know I was speeding. Me and Miss Sassy was getting on down through there. But I knew I was speeding, right? So when he pulls me over, he says, hey, hey, how you doing? The reason why I pulled you over is because you were speeding. I said, you know what, officer? I probably was. I said, I'm tired on my way home from the gym. So then he says, hey, what gym do you go to? We talk about what gym I went to, what I did. It was leg day. We talked about all that. He said, okay, Miss Wilson, just slow down and keep it pushing.
And because the ticket is discretion.
Yeah.
When do you want to use the discretion and when do you not want to use it?
Exactly.
We're going to pass the mic to the New Yorker.
Yeah.
Mr. Isaiah, what do you think about the situation? You see it on the news?
So I didn't see the video.
Okay.
I'm going to have to catch up and watch it. I will say I think I lean on the side of how you handle it. Like, you don't got to take everything from 0 to 100 in any situation. So I think just coming into a situation level-headed makes the situation better. Like, as a New Yorker, like, you can't always go rah-rah. Like, there are people that'll sit you down in situations that you come in heavy.
Right.
So you really have to be aware and understanding. Like, I've been stopped for walking in New York. Like, I just was walking.
Right.
I call it walking while black. Like,
Right.
I was just walking up the street and it was like, hey, come here. What you doing? I was like, I'm going home.
Yeah, like I'm walking.
I was like 12. I was like, I just got out of school. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I was in a uniform, so it ain't like I was
Like you
looking
didn't know. Yeah.
I was like, I'm just going home. He was cool about it, but it's
Still.
going into the situation,
Right,
like
right.
understanding. I'm not gonna get rowdy with you. You don't get rowdy with me. You get rowdy with me. I'm still gonna stay level headed. I'm gonna approach it the way I need to approach it, and deal with it later.
And I'll say this, so that you know that it's not about race, all the time. Some of the nicest officers that ever pulled me over are white officers. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Like
And
your
correct.
situation.
He was a white officer.
Here's a warning. That's your discretion. Keep on. Now, I'm just saying, now I am happy that you didn't give me a ticket. But anyway, the energy. Now, and I can get sometimes brothers, and they got the wrong energy totally.
Yeah, and
you
you
be
like,
kind of
bro.
like, hey, what's going on, bro? I am not your bro. Uh-oh.
Here we
you know
go.
what time it is now.
Right.
So guess what day it is. So you have to work through that as well. So
Like-
anyway.
Like I said earlier, all white people, all black, everybody
It don't go
ain't
like
wrong. That
Yeah.
like some people just good trying to do their stuff. Some people have hard days. Grace.
You just don't never know.
Got to be involved
And you don't
in
know.
everything.
Maybe she's on her way to a meeting that she got to
Okay.
hurry up and get to, and now you're
JB,
detaining her. You
help
just
us
don't
get
know.
off the soapbox.
Hold on. We're going to get out of this for a second. All respect to Regina. But when the cop pulled you over and said you were speeding, he assumed, I'm not speeding, but ran 2 stop signs. He assumed from his observation that you ran 2 stop signs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in some way, shape, form, or fashion, he was justified in his stop. If it hadn't have been who it was and she jumped out, and it would have been one of us, a regular citizen, jump out the car like that, would the situation have went the same?
Who knows? I mean, that because it's discretionary is what I'm saying. That what Charles just said is discretionary.
She wasn't combative or
Yeah.
anything. She just well,
So and I know we
I
got to
think,
get
because that time, we
Yeah.
got a lot. We better switch.
normally you're not jumping out the car.
Yeah, we're going to
so-
report back because we got to
Yeah.
find a way to get up out of here. So we would just be in prayer.
Yes.
We're going to do a group.
Over
We're
that
going to hold
situation.
hands over
Yes.
that.
That's my go-to.
And we want
Jesus.
our relationships on KBOB News. You can use Charles and Damali. We want our police and us to all get along as family. That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we'll leave it with.
Yeah.
What we got next?
And so up next, the Black History trivia question.
Let's get it.
So those of you who answered the question, I'll say it one more time so that you get a quick opportunity to answer. Here we go. In February 1892, who successfully tested the figure 8 roller coaster in Coney Island? Was it A, Granville T. Woods, B, George Crump, C, Frederick McKinley Jones, or D, George Washington Carver?
I'm doing so bad I don't even remember what I answered. I don't even know what.
You said C.
I said A.
Yes,
I said
you
C.
said A.
I said A. I went with-
JB went with
I went
Isaiah.
with Isaiah.
Isham went with A. Uncle Brian went with. Did he say? He said A. Patricia said B. Michael and Adrian and you, Charles, said C. So if you said A, you are absolutely correct.
Oh!
All I do is win.
Hey! Win, no matter what. Got money on my mind. No, shit.
They say that that Granville
Great
T.
answer.
Woods, his inventions were so prolific that he was often referred to as the Black Edison.
Granville T.
Man.
Yes. And this is really long, so we're not going to read all of this. But anyway, you guys go look him up. Granville T. Woods.
Legend.
Amazing invention.
JB, you got it right?
You know I did. I went with the champ here, man.
Man, y'all should have kicked me under the table or something. Brother, you off. You off the path, y'all ain't said nothing.
They
You know
let
what I'm
you
talking
be out
about?
there on the limb.
Yeah,
by
he over here
yourself, right?
DJing, mix like I'm mixing up for y'all. Ain't nobody told me nothing about
That's
it.
right.
That's all right, though. I see the love. I do not feel the love up in
Yes.
here, y'all. All right. Well,
Okay, here we go. So, upcoming events, Uganda missions. Don't forget, we are in need of $1,000, and I think we've already received $500.
500. We halfway there. If anybody can help,
Mm-hmm.
because me and Damali, we done tapped out because she bought her piggy bank. I had money in a sock. We had 5. So if you got $50, $25 of anything, we want to get this roof
Yes.
on this house, and we gonna send you pictures, y'all.
Yeah, so remember we're putting a roof on a house in Uganda for a blind villager, and you can also sponsor a child. We're sponsoring kids again, $250. That's going to take care of a child's education for one entire school year. It gets them their education and tuition, breakfast and lunch, a uniform, their books, and a broom.
Just like that.
Just
you
like
gotta go to
that.
Africa to realize the broom. Just make a
Yeah,
trip.
yeah, just understand that the broom is very important.
Very important.
Okay, so you can go to world1development.com/Uganda-missions in order to make that donation. The 36th Street North Event Center is has dates available. If you're looking to place an event, if you're looking for a place to hold your next event, your wedding, birthday party, banquet, repast dinner, community event, etc., give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Black History Saturdays. They are signing folks up. You can go to blackhistorysaturdays23.carrd.co in order to sign up for that program. We're in year number 3, y'all.
Wasn't it another executive order that we're not going to celebrate Black History Month this year?
Yes.
See, stupid stuff like that. I'm like Isaiah. You don't even respond to that because it's Black History every time we come into the radio station, every day, all day.
Yeah, every week.
But Black History Saturday, National Geographic is going to be there.
Yes.
We're going to have a good time. You're going to get a fresh hot meal.
Yes.
You know, some of y'all signing up now. Did you say hot meal, sir? We got a
Right.
chef that cooks a hot breakfast, a hot lunch. It's from pre-K all the way to adults. So it's for the entire family. Pull up. Pull up.
And National Geographic is bringing swag.
They bringing swag. Don't see me up here on the next show. Put the hat on sideways.
Now, all right.
That backpack on.
All right, Soul of Sunday with Corey D happens every Sunday from 1 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. on nycu.fm and on Facebook Live. You can go to nycu.fm/Corey D. Taylor in order to watch that show every single Sunday. EduRec is gearing up for spring break camp, and we're going to be doing Black History as part of spring break camp and summer camp this year. So in order to sign up, you can go to edurectulsa.com/camp to sign your child up. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, the Phi Beta Zeta chapter, presents the Leslie Heights Toure Educational Scholarship. We're awarding a graduating female high school senior in the Tulsa metro area $1,000. You can go to z5btulsa.org/scholarship to apply. The deadline is January 31st. So you only got 2 days.
Hold on, Damali. Let's fight on our live right quick. Hold on. Uncle Brian is in the blue corner and Michael Brewer's in the red corner. And they fighting because one going for the Kansas City Chiefs and the other for them Birds. But Michael said, we'll see. I said it with my chest, and I meant what I said. I'm going to leave it right there on the live now. Don't y'all throw no blows.
Okay.
Back to the upcoming events.
All right. The Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce wants you to save the date, February 21st from 10 o'clock a.m. until 12 o'clock p.m. for the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce annual meeting. It's going to be held at the 36th Street North Event Center located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Special guest, Mayor Monroe Nichols is going to be in the building.
Let's go, y'all.
All right, and then Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Phi Beta Zeta chapter is looking for vendors for its Finer Womanhood Financial Empowerment and Literacy Luncheon that's going to take place on March 8th, 2025. If you're interested in setting up a booth, we have posted the QR code on our Facebook page for you to reserve your spot. The booths start at $50.
$50.
Yep. And then the African Experience 3.0 is going to be happening on March 29th at the 36th Street North Event Center. It is a fundraiser to support Youth for Charity missions in Kamuli, Uganda. So it's a party with a purpose. So those individuals that we're talking about in the village of Kamuli, they're going to be receiving those funds. And we're going to be scholarshiping some kids. We've already scholarshiped 77 kids in the school over in Kamuli.
Yeah, I love it. All right, man. Thank you for pulling up on us, our special guest, Mr. Isaiah. So I told you, if y'all forget everything else, he's going to give you 3 things. If you don't do nothing else, do the 1, 2, and 3 to be able to connect with him. What are those 3 things, Mr.
Yes,
Isaiah?
definitely. First, go to cdfifriendlytulsa.org. If you are ready, you can click the link that says need financing and fill out what you need for your project. If you are not ready and you just want to contact and talk, you can text me, call me at 918-212-0836 or email me at Isaiah, ISAIAH at cdfifriendlytulsa.org. And then third, once we have that consultation, I'm going to get you to your next step. So connect. Let's get together. I'm around in the community. I'm at events. I really want to just see people win and get you to where you're trying to go.
I love it. I love it.
That is awesome. And today I wanted to also give a huge shout out to AJ, our very own over at Oasis Fresh Market. Today is his birthday.
Man.
Happy birthday.
And just want to give a shout out to the Oasis staff because today I had a problem printing because of the internet being down. And guess what? Oasis is more than just a grocery store. So I called them and said, hey, y'all got internet? They're like, yeah, come on. And so I was able to print off our show material. So thank you, Oasis Fresh Market, and happy birthday, AJ. And then we also want to give a huge birthday shout out to Chef Chad Cherry and Mario Johnson, our fraternity brother, who celebrates a birthday on January the 30th.
Down in ATL. What's going on? Happy birthday, Mario.
Yes. All right. So don't forget, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That would be World One Development, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, Fitting Back In Prison Reentry, and the 36th Street North Event Center. Also, nycu.fm.
Just like that. Damali, you skipped 2 people. You got to your frat brother and you stopped. You didn't even do the January
31st. Jayla Meeks celebrates a birthday from the Terrence Crutcher Foundation. And February the 3rd, Patricia Gamble also celebrates a birthday.
Can I add one more to that? Happy birthday to one of my best friends in life, Tyrone Rucker, down in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Happy birthday, Tyrone.
I'm friends with him about, man, I don't know, so long I can't even count. But
is he the guy to be saying, I'm Tyrone? Is that?
He's definitely that guy.
He that guy. That's what I thought it was. Down there, let's go. I'm Tyrone, and you know what's going on. Anyway, Isaiah, what's your final thoughts, man? We're getting ready to get up out of here, my brother.
Man, it's been a pleasure. So much going on. Like I said, stay close to the cross, see Jesus in all things, treat people right, do right. We gonna get through all the stuff.
So you like seafood?
JB still trying to get him out so he can take care of the business.
The suck up is real up in here.
I could do some seafood a little bit.
A little something. Damali, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. You know, you guys love each other. Don't get caught up in the hype.
Yep,
you know, all this stuff you see on. Just turn the TV off and go read a book. Okay? How about that?
Yep, my final thought, man, we had some special guests live in studio. We all waving at them. They can't see you and you can't see them, but they're here. Trust me. We had a great show, and I just want to say real quick, because we covered a lot of information. Click share. Man, I seen like 50 shares on it, so I appreciate that love, y'all. Everybody tuning in, local, national, and internationally, we appreciate that love. We got to get ready to go.
Yep.
So, hey, continue to show more love and a lot less hate. DJ JB Smooth, you know what?
Man?
We got to go. For people that want to donate to Eat Media Service to help our community radio continue to stay on the air, you can send your donation made payable to Eat Media Services. Send that to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. We moved on up, y'all. Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106. This has been News You Can Use. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., so make sure you tune in.
Hey, and the best part of this show is that it's been brought to you by J Friday and Friends Valentine's Night Concert. This one's going to be huge. I'm talking about J Friday's bringing some of his biggest friends out for Valentine's Night at the 36th Street North Event Center. And you can be a part of this great event. All you got to do is go to J Friday and Friends vday.eventbrite.com. And then you can buy you and your crew some tickets. You can have a table that's got catered food, special guest Valentine's treats, and of course, some complimentary beverages to end the night the right way. And of course, live band, J Friday and Friends. When I get to the guest list, I'm gonna say Kevin Reynolds, Joseph Dyer, Tiffany Bennett, Demetrius Proctor. The list goes on and on. I can't remember everybody, but I know the 75 North band will be in the house. Also, that's going to be a treat as well. If you want tickets, go to ticketstorm.com for general admission tickets. And if you would like to reserve your tables, go to J Friday and Friends vday.eventbrite.com. And if you would like to advertise your event or business on the show, I don't know what to say because I don't have the script. Just holler at World One Development on all social media. I'm going to try to remember this, and don't hold me to it if I don't get it verbatim, but here we go. All right, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this show belong solely to the host, guests, and not to this station. Eat Media Services, KBOB 89.9, so don't hold nothing we say against us. And that includes NYCU.FM and World One Development's News You Can Use.
That was pretty good. Pretty
job,
good. That was
Jay.
close.
That's
That was pretty close, yeah.
So, anything else need to be said, you holler at me after we get out there, and we're going to go eat some great some steak
That's something.
with the CBF guy. The CBFI guy.
He said CB.
CDFI.
Y'all have a great day. Peace.
All right,
See
love
y'all next
y'all.
week for the police report with Lieutenant DeLawrence Sanders.